But first, this noontime, we want to bring you the latest developments following last night's historic health care vote in Washington.
That's right. President Barack Obama could sign the health care legislation into law as early as tomorrow.
However, Republican members of Congress are saying the president's battle for reform is not over yet. Now the president needs to see a companion bill through the Senate following last night's House approval of this measure.
Eyewitness News reporter Tara Merchner is in Washington this noontime with the very latest developments.
Well, Danielle and Patrick, after a year of fierce partisan debate, President Obama is about to sign his health care bill into law. But Republicans say the fight isn't over yet.
The bill is passed.
Sweeping change to America's health care system is about to become law.
Mr. Speaker, how much time is remaining?
Congress stayed up late for two back-to-back votes, sending the health care bill to President Obama's desk.
This legislation will not fix everything that ails our healthcare system, but it moves us decisively in the right direction.
The president's victory did not come easily. The House narrowly passed the Senate's version of the legislation 219 to 212 after intense lobbying from the president, a last-minute deal with anti-abortion lawmakers, and hours of heated debate.
Can you say it was done openly? With transparency and accountability? Without backroom deals and struck behind closed doors? Hidden from the people? Hell no, you can't!
Not a single Republican voted for the bill.
And in order to get enough Democrats on board, the House also had to pass a second bill, changing Senate provisions they didn't like. The Senate will take up that so-called fix-it bill tomorrow.
Senate Democrats are hoping to get the changes to the president's desk quickly, but the GOP plans to make objections that would slow the process down and possibly force the legislation back to the House for another vote. A new CBS News poll finds only 42% of Americans understand the bill. The president insists the bill is the change the country needs and will hit the road later this week to make his case.
Meantime, momentum is growing in many states to try to block some of the changes in this plan. In Washington, I'm Tara Merchner, Eyewitness News.
And this noontime, we are working live in-depth to coverage of the health care vote. Everyone really talking about last night's decision in Washington. Many people wanting to know exactly what the legislation is going to mean for them.
Reaction is starting to pour in from supporters and from opponents around the state. And this morning, we caught up with Rhode Island's senior Senator Jack Reed to find out more. Eyewitness News reporter Neka Nwosu live in Providence now with the latest developments.
Well, Patrick, Danielle, many Republicans still have many concerns, particularly Republicans here in Rhode Island we spoke to. But just a few moments ago, we actually spoke to Senator Jack Reed, who says this bill will extend coverage to the 160,000 Rhode Islanders who currently do not have health insurance.
The Senate amendment is adopted.
By a vote of 219 to 212, the House approved an historic health care reform bill. Now it moves on to the Senate.
So it is a step forward, and I look forward to completing the legislation this week.
The bill extends coverage to 32 million Americans. Insurance companies will no longer be able to discriminate based on pre-existing conditions, and there will be no lifetime caps on care. The bill also extends coverage to adult children.
They will be covered now, these children, until they're 26. There are 160,000 people around without any health care. They will have a much, much better chance of getting health care.
I think any additional mandates put on states and onto the cities would be of concern to all of us. But I'm hopeful that it will be a positive thing all the way around. But until we see all the details, time will tell, I guess.
Now, the president signed an executive order that would ban federal funding for abortions, except in the case of incest or rape. Many Republicans say it doesn't go far enough. Live with the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Neka Nwosu, Eyewitness News.
Now, you may recall a big supporter of the health care reform bill was the late Massachusetts Senator Ted Kennedy. Yesterday, his son, Rhode Island Congressman Patrick Kennedy, made an impassioned plea in favor of reform, saying it was a dream of his father's and has been necessary for decades.
It was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who said, "Of all forms of inequality, injustice in health care is the most shocking and inhumane. Health care is not only a civil right, it's a moral issue."
And you can count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of this historic health care vote. We'll bring you more local reaction tonight, beginning live at 5. And for updates anytime, check out our website, WPRI.com. We've dedicated a whole page to the health care vote. There you can find links to the information you want to know about this bill and how it will affect you.